How's everybody doing today? Are you guys ready for Babel, the mask that we wear? Just a couple announcements to begin. There's refreshments out there if you're interested in getting any during intermission. And if you have to use the restroom at any time, please wait for someone to stop performing. It's just good etiquette. And then in between people, that's a good time to go to the restroom. If you go out that door to the right and right again, you'll see them. first hour is going to be Babel. Let's give some applause for our performance tonight. Yeah! So Babel's going to start the first hour, and then we have an open mic. If you didn't sign up yet but would like to, there's a QR code in the hall. And I just wanted to ask a question. When you hear something that you like in a poem, what do you do? Yeah, snap some And with your poems, let's keep this a safe space for everyone. Like, people are going to be very vulnerable tonight. Let's give them our love, and let's also avoid anything hateful. Anything hateful, leave it outside. And also, let's give everyone trigger warnings. You know, we want people to be aware of what we're about to share. So let's just create a space that's kind of welcoming and inviting for everyone as they share tonight. Alrighty, just one more reminder, there's refreshments that you can feel free to get throughout the night, and there's a bathroom if you go right and right again. And again, it's proper, etiquette to do it between performers. So that's it for me. I'm gonna welcome Bella to the stage.
Welcome to the Mask We Wear, Babel Poetry's Halloween open mic. Thank you so much all for being here. You do not know how much it means to me. Give yourselves a round of applause. My name is Ballerina. I am the current president of the Babel Poetry Collective. Babel has been operating as a renowned Philly literary space since the 2000s, so over 15 years now. And it is like one of the great honors of my very young lifetime to get to lead this collective and to show you all the work that we've been working so hard all semester on. I do not know how to tell you how incredibly proud I am of this collective and what they've been able to do, what they've been able to write. So many of them are like more recent performers or more recent writers, and yet the level of work that they're able to provide is just so outstanding to me, and it makes me grateful every day that I have chosen to be a creative. This theme tonight is about the mask we wear, hence my little super wide moment. We are going to be talking about things that have to do with the faces that we put on in the world, the people that we are in different moments, how we deal with all those things, how we culminate with all those things, and we invite you to do the same. So read your work, tell us about the faces that you put on, unveil the mask that you're wearing. We ask you for as much authenticity as we're about to give you. So yeah, without further ado, Babel Poetry Collective.
Alrighty, everyone, on deck we have Chams, but coming to the stage, starting us off tonight is Jasper, aka Ratwife. Everyone give a warm welcome for Jasper.
Jasper. I'm going to be singing a song I wrote called Irrational. Yeah, you guys like it? Actually, everybody want to take a little breath with me before I start? Just inhale. Exhale. Okay, When I was younger, I thought quicksand would be a much bigger threat than it is. So I would watch all my steps, eyes on the pavement, to try not to fall into pits. And I thought the Bermuda Triangle would be how I died. So when I boarded a plane, I gripped the armrests, I shut my eyes and I cried. And now the world's less scary, but I still think the same. The things that I'm scared of have gone through a change. 'Cause there are no monsters under my bed, the sharks swimming in the deep end. I was so irrational. Why was I so irrational? Now I just fear all the thoughts in my head of losing all my best friends. I guess I'm still irrational. I guess I'm still irrational. When I was little, I feared bats being sucked into the drain. Now I'm older and more mature, with all the stress the years contain. Like, what if everybody hates me? What if I never find love? I wish I could return to the irrational fears that I had when I was young. 'Cause now my world's less scary, but I still think the same. The things that I'm scared of have gone through a change. 'Cause there are no monsters under my bed, or sharks swimming in the deep end. I was so irrational. Why was I so irrational? Now I just fear all the thoughts in my head. I'm losing all my best friends. I guess I'm still irrational. I guess I'm still irrational. And yeah, I gladly battle any monster that came out of my closet. If I could just unmask without feeling like I'll vomit. I can't hide under my sheets to avoid being abandoned. At least fear when I was younger was easier to handle.
All right. That was beautiful. Let's give it up one more time for Jasper, everyone. Got his ukulele chops from, right? Anyways, we have Nolan on deck, but gracing the stage right now is Chams. Everybody welcome Chams.
Hi. My name is Chams, as you heard, and this poem is called My Mask Misses Its Mouth. My mask misses its mouth. My mask is missing its mouth. Banging on my chest, clawing at my neck, I'm going to have to burp eventually. Maybe carving a hole will help. Drilling at my mask, the plastic squeals, my stomach gurgles, yet nothing comes out. My mask misses its mouth. Maybe drawing a mouth will help. Taken from memory, freshly carved, a smile chipping onto the floor. The masses are scared. My mask misses its mouth, playing the game of charade. It doesn't matter how much I point. Not everybody cares to learn sign language. Maybe a crack in my mask will help. Creeping up to my cheekbones, the rigid, asymmetrical lines form some kind of expression. Being mistaken for anger, snapping at the choir will not do much. The masses are scared. Scurrying like mice, maybe a sign will help. Written are the words, please, I'm more than an attention seeker. But alas, my mask misses its mouth. The masses are scared, and therefore I have no choice but to be of service. Destruction of its worst kind to myself. Thank you.
Alrighty, thank you, Chams. Up next, we're actually going to have Mary, and on deck will be Chams and Sarah. So everyone, welcome Mary. I have a question. Would anyone in the room like to share who they were or what they were for Halloween while we wait for Mary? Please, someone be brave. This is a safe space. Amir.
Okay.
Welcome and congrats on grad school, number one. Now tell us, what was your Halloween like?
We were a reverse cowgirl, so I had the boots on and she had the hat on and we had handcuffs. Anytime anyone asked us what we were, we turned back to back.
That's pretty good. Clap it up for
Jasper's not rose quartz alone. I was Pearl with him for Halloween.
Nice. Nice. I'm a big Steven fan. Yes. What was your costume?
I was an Etsy. I had two costumes. I was a 70s photographer, so I had my film camera.
Ooh.
And I had my stash. And then my second costume
Nice.
was a 22-year-old, an Etsy 22-year-old.
So you were me for Halloween. All right. One more. Who wants to share? In the back, what we got?
I did a lot of costumes.
Ooh, let me have them.
I'll check you all of them or just some of you.
Your favorite ones.
Okay. My favorite ones I did Catwoman and I did Barbie from Barbie Princess Shoes.
Nice.
That's a good one.
I watched this video.
Snap it up. My costumes, you asked?
Yeah.
Or my costumes? Oh, I'll tell you. I like to do a deep cut every year, like a cartoon from the 2000s. I don't dress for other people to know who I am. I dress for me. So first, I was Maggie the Fly from the Buzz on Maggie. Look it up, it's good. And then I was Psyche from. I was Psyche K from the anime, and I like that one. I always love the one person who says yes, so thank you. I have a doll of myself. She's really awesome. She's like this tall. We were Robbie and Rex from Victorious together.
Oh my
Yeah. But like if they slayed, we had like the silk press moment going.
Absolutely.
And then I was Chowder. I like Chowder. Yes. So yeah, Halloween went fast. Now it's November.
Halloween.
Going. Matthew, who are you for Halloween?
I just told them. I'm sorry. Well, no. I mean, I tell them my running joke is that for Halloween, I'm the realest nigga on the planet. And so I just go dressed as how I am.
Okay. Clap it up for Matthew.
And welcome to the stage, the fastest and late, Mary Finn.
I didn't have another answer.
Hey y'all. I am looking in this mirror and my reflection is not my own. As like an out-of-body experience, the space doesn't feel like home. As I look in the mirror, my reflection becomes delayed. What is to become of me? I move, but my reflection stayed. In this mirror's glass, I peer, I see a haunting sight. How am I supposed to make light of this plight? My reflection stares back at me. As I begin to move, her face blank, we stare, and I smile as I try to soothe her. I ask her exactly what she is trying to prove here. No emotions behind her eyes, no mask, she doesn't hide. Her blank stares make me a little uneasy. I know that she can feel this fear that I'm feeling. How does she do that? No emotions, no facade, not worried about perception. I don't even see her flaws. She stays quiet as I analyze the mirror even further. But then she opens her mouth and I can hear her murmur, "I trim her." As her quiet voice shakes, startled, I come closer to the mirror, and this is only in an effort to hear her. Her arms swing open and through this glass, and now she has my mask in her grasp. She looks at me and grins for the first time. With trembling hands, I reach for the glass, but my hands do not effortlessly pass. How did she do that? How did she steal my mask? I am standing here emotionless, motionless, still. This is not what I meant when I said I wanted thrill. All her scars appear on me, and now I can see what she was actually hiding. A dark hidden side, stuck in a chilling trance, and all of these emotions come out of me like an avalanche. In the mirror's depths, these secrets unfold. A tale of a soul, once bright, now cold. All of these emotions she kept composed. These scars on her arms. There are scars in her heart. She is looking at me, watching, clocking, time, slowly, tick, tick, talking. Thank you.
Mary, 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 you may have been fashionably late, but you ate. Alrighty. On deck we have Kyla, but coming to the stage now is Sarah and Chams. Everybody welcome Sarah and
So I wanted to write a conversation between ego and anxiety. That's what I heard when I heard the masks we wear. So I'll be having the beautiful Chams joining me for a duet. And yeah, this is called A Masked Seduction. In the darkest of hallways, the one that sweats with cheap paint parted by rivers of runoff liquor, our faces half lit with chilling blue cell phone screens, red demonic LEDs. Shoulder to shoulder, we meet. By the bathroom, we listen to the echoing streams of piss. You, my mask, in my mind, this.
Hi.
Nope, no way.
Hi.
Hey, try that. It's good, more gay. Oh God, I'm not okay.
Hey. World's best friends. Ride or die bitch, equipped with knitted blankets, advisory song lyrics, and ice cream with the chocolate chunks, the expensive shit. I joke, you laugh. You talk, I'll listen. Anyone interrupts us. And that is crazy, as calmly as can be. If that and the smile that my Catholic mom calls angelically bright doesn't bring you in, devoted worshiper, rest assured these perfect handful of tits and the perfect and drowned in oils and shea butter will be your cure. It's heaven, it's allure, it's whatever you want me to be, baby. Come here. Look at me.
But you can't, not really. I'm the convoluted book your teacher assigned, hard to read. I'd rather you didn't. Can't you see there's something off here and evil in it? You can tell I'm lying. I don't wish to be perceived. There was once the uniqueness of a strange face, and now it's made ugly. Fragile and smiley, eyes sailing around the room. For all my hiding, how could they have landed on you?
This song makes me want to dance.
My poor excuse for romance. The music's too loud. Should I stay with my hands by my side, up or down? Shrouded in eye-watering smoke. I wonder too late if you got my joke. What would someone normal do when that girl licks off what was left of my cheap perfume?
It's sexy.
I'm sure it must be. When I check if my mom's texted me, "Mommy, I'm sick. No, I'm drunk. No, I'm out too late. The street lights, the stars in the city's windows have led me astray." A worse fate. I realize for all the lust and yearning, I'm still here, knees bloody, head drunk, and never learning.
Look at the time. It's your place or mine. If I'm not your muse by the end of the night, I can at least be of some amusement. If you play your cards right,
It'll be a moment before the boredom hits.
then we'll twist gory tales into whorish regaling, glad not to recall in the in-between. Beneath all these fibs is a story, and for that, you'll be seen. You'll find hilarity. You'll find charm. In this muddied soup of blurry caterito, I'll keep you calm. Can you feel this scar? It's from a time when I fought fairies.
In reality, a chemical burn for antifreeze. A deep pain taps at my temple that I don't want you to see. Block it out of your mind.
Oh yeah, tequila's fine.
And my mistress Mary Jane soothes me with fried eyes. A man's bony pelvis stabs into my side. Am I his now? Nothing ever mine. Hit with the substance, stumbling round, regretting this. And what is a good night worth if you don't remember it?
I'll remember you.
Is that what you believe? Forever cursed to worship at the altar of society. You need the boobs, you need the lips, you need the bodies. It's leftovers lining up at the waste disposal. Not love, not a marriage proposal. Still we die inside for you to dance for these bad rhyme schemes, these stories, these people, this performance.
It was all a performance. Some of us call it art, sew up the broken mosaic, make it the tapestry again, rip it deeper. For all I've been through, I will be loved, get drunk and drink, wear my high as a mask.
Just shut up! Okay, hi. My name is Sarah, although soon I'll probably change that. I'm married to indecision, sleeping with impulsivity on the side. Gender envy fucks me on Sundays. I'll sigh when I'm upset and slam doors when I want you to know I'm angry. That thing about licking off my perfume was fucking true. College has been hard, so it goes for those who went pretty or pretty white. I do want you to look at me, to like me, to invite me. But I will kill myself trying to get there. When I was prescribed Lexapro, I smiled and apologized. God, I'm in love with all of you. Lord, I can't wait to go home. Have you seen the film playing on repeat in my head? This is so much better because it's real. Not a reel of every mistake that could happen. Instead, a beautiful mix of the chaos after what might be. I miss you. I did care. I was never cool. But if I stand, call, and speak up, I rise, half an inch every day. Because despite wanting to die, even when I dare to stub a toe, I'm trying. Baby, is it enough to try? No. Why? Thank you.
Alrighty, on deck we have Elle, but up next is Kyla. Everyone welcome Kyla to the stage.
Hello. Oh, this mic is low. Hi, I'm Kyla. I wrote my poem kind of about like familial mask, I'll call it. So yeah. This is called The Daughter of a Bitch and an Ass. I use the mask of my mother like a shield. She's a bitch, vain, knows the soft spots of your underbelly before you even open your mouth. She knows exactly what buttons to push to alarm the systems of your psyche. I am my mother's daughter. I wear the mask of my father like armor. He's an ass, obnoxious, knows how to bulldoze the conversation and plow over the issue until you're left wondering, am I the... It's hard not to get lost in his stars, hard not to thunder from his storm. I am my father's daughter. I wield the mask of my ancestors like a sword. They were resilient, as am I, contrived, washed out tongues, songs they used to sing to a God who couldn't save them. Praise, worship, just out of reach, an anger that sat on their back, grown in cotton fields, segregated from joy, degraded for decades, yet they smiled, played nice with white folk, while their souls slowly burned, never quite losing its light, but stuck somewhere in the middle, the ethers. 'Cause see, mama wasn't born a bitch, but raised. The bitch who barks too loud when the wind blows too hard because she's scared it's gonna blow her away. The truth is, she's sensitive. She's been hurt before. And see, Daddy wasn't born an ass, but he worked like that his whole life. He learned to make strife his state of mind, got used to carrying the weight of the world on his back. He strapped it there. Was told he was made for it. Didn't admit it was unusual when the world cracked its whip on him. So I have my mask. Roles I've played, characters I've acted out, but underneath all of that, I am my own person. I don't shy away from ancestral praises because the Bible doesn't understand me always, and I pay homage to those that paved my way even when they tell me I shouldn't engage or that it's demonic ways, voodoo. Grandma would say praise Jesus, even when he can't save me from myself. I am my own person, a new version of an old ancestral tale, guarded. I tend to tell a more whimsical tale, a prodigal child, no guidance. I prefer silence, it speaks for itself. No emotions because I know how notions of womanhood impede expressions of self. I'm more lyrical, a way with words that's more intentional. I embrace the ethereal like a hug from my ancestors. But my roots are of the bitch and ass kind. So I'm coping with how my mind works, a person in progress. But what mask will I leave for my legacy? Thank you.
That was awesome. Alrighty, on deck we have Nolan, but coming to the stage we have Elle.
Hey guys. Hi. So true. This one's called Communion. A morning portrait. Paint stroke showing a final repose from affection. The dissociation of the gilded frame, melting, slouching apart at the seams. Quavering in the dead space of my mouth, my tongue seeks to speak something serious, spoken and alive. Instead it lies behind the wall of my teeth. You're supposed to be quiet, anyway, in church. I told you, in the yard, over twilight of half cigarette, not to be too somber, I'm not really dead. There I am, 20 grams up to heaven and far from the fleshy thing occupying my coffin. You were drunk, despite, drowned in our pool of little sorrows, unspoken and kept in the glass jars of our heads, masses of flowers threatening explosion. as you peered into the pine box, assessing the shell. Would that I shatter your face to touch the space behind it. Our bodies, untamed pets, avatars of cruel self, saving shame as leftover breakfast for morning's harrow. You're stumbling now, puppet unstrung, limbs disobedient, churn your alcoholic stomachs, free spirit from vessel. Forget the sacred mystery of be. The thing about a habit is that it kills the body. It is the shapeless black of night, 33 buttons, star-like and separate, keeping sin from sight, keeping God within. You cannot forget your ridiculous obsession. Voice all cruel and carnal, interrupting liturgy to ask how to fuck something that was never really there. Priest unanswering, bloody wine undrunk. In the miracle of silence, the apostles ate Christ to understand. You devour to own, and your dinner's growing cold. May rigor mortis has set in. Thank you.
Thank you, Elle. Alrighty, on deck we have Caroline, but up next is Nolan. Nolan! Oh no! Oh no!
Sorry, I was working the door, so I should have seen everybody do great at performing. Anyway, how's everyone doing, by the way? We're almost at the open mic part. Yeah. Go with me, Google. All right. Alright, you gotta work with me because I gotta project here. Because the mic
not doing their job?
Not really yet. I can't tell you something like this. How long have you? Not for a long time. For a long time. How do you know? When you see me, when I'm close, this performance, even in warmth, you glow like copper wire, the filament of your lips, burning a third rail. It's worse and worse, and then shocked and pain, nails in my skin. So used to it, being crowded, the state of the barbs on my face, my arms, my hand, even uncovered, unrecognizable. I cannot bear to see this thing for what it is and feel it, and screaming out from inside. I used to abhor the thought, the solution, kill the aberration, press to a wall of the same and die. The wall had enough, the wall let it slough off, but I slouch away, afraid, away. I never want to see you again, never notice the incisive pinpricks from what hurts. You like me too much, and you call me names, and your apartment is a wool sweater, and it would be needles or the sticks people use for knitting, but the raw skin and scar, and the punctures, if I left and dropped, I can't. You like me too much, and I can't. And how long will I not let it change? I hate myself and your burning filament, and the string lights beating, and the low red pulse I will avoid.
Two Babel members left. Let's give a little round of applause for everyone who's touched the stage so far. Alright, we have Bella on deck, and Carolyn is next.
If you're wondering about this costume, I'm Remus Lupin, and my Sirius Black is right over here, all the way from DC. I'm going to perform something that in rehearsal has been affectionately referred to as the social media poem. Do I need to be behind this mic? Would that make any difference? Yes. Okay, great. This is the social media poem. It's called Extendable Metaphor. My Instagram account is a nocturnal animal that guards me while I sleep. It purrs and gurgles all night long, needs frequent exercise, eats away at something in the body unidentified by neuroscience, but you'll know it when it's gone. My Instagram account is suspended slightly off my skin where it lives and works in my back pocket. Unless I'm on stage, then it's over there. Crying, deserted and forsaken, begging that I check its vital signs while I ascend to restfulness. It's been quite a while. My Instagram account is a gallery space crafted with form and tonal variance in mind. There is color theory at work here, vision, hierarchy, cinematic restraint, and so many things I've said. My Instagram account is a color-charged hillside stuck with nutrients and secrets. Landscapes hide hidden beaches, fruits and drunken juices, keys that open cartons of more keys for the venturer with the most valor. My Instagram account is an emperor executioner. Step forward and confess yourself. Are you real or unreal? Happy or unhappy? Present or absent? Right or worst, evil, villain, exile yourself from our safest space. My Instagram account is a stack of flashcards, everything you should definitely know and not be caught not knowing, neatly packaged for your grab-and-go convenience. My Instagram account designates me as an artistic person, one of the elect. You should all be so lucky to look. This is creator and creation, a self that a self can worship, standing ankle deep within a sea of grace and offering what I know I have. My Instagram account is too big to kill off now. Would you burn down a library? Would you cut throats of goats? Would you do that to your future children? Look, they're crying on your lap. Permit us to enter the archives. Grant us a flash of you, slick with youth, becoming yourself with your eyes closed. Thank you.
Alrighty, on deck we have a 10-minute intermission. Everyone give it up for the But coming to the stage now is Bella. She's back. Okay, before I do anything, I have a point to prove. So my dad, I called him this week and I told him that I was gonna be Nancy from The Craft for Halloween and also for this. And he was like, that's a movie that no one's ever watched. I was 21 in 1995, nobody's ever heard of that movie. Can I get, just for the sake of proving the white man who's my father wrong, can I get a raise of hands of who knows what the movie The Craft is? Thank you very fucking much. Okay, cool. Love it. All right. So this is my little Nancy cosplay. This is my real Catholic schoolgirl skirt that I wore for every day for 4 years. Damn. Yeah, I know. In talking about school, here's a poem about school. This is called A Black Lesbian's Ode to the College Classroom. In the act of sitting in college classrooms with my hands raised, studying documents about feminist literature and colonization, I am forced for the 1000th time to revel in the irony of analyzing insight regarding marginalization alongside people with no capacity to understand it.
A professor facilitates a discussion on the lived experiences of authors where people to the right and left of me talk as if these documents were made for their benefit. So they have narratives that might finally allow them to understand, to do better, to empathize. As if our existences are reliant on seeking validation of our humanity from those who have defined us as inhuman. When I talk, no one responds, and I later get accused of being an intellectual, an elitist, of having the privilege of a background that is more enriched, and therefore the various young machines of academia are not on my level of critical thinking yet. Since I have spent 20 years living alongside this cognitive dissonance, it amuses me. Afterwards, on my sidewalk passage home, my breath starts to catch in small, rapid increments, thinking about the daunting nature of what it means to carry a life like this. Although I am not the first and will not be the last, I am scared. This world is controlled by a constant reinvention of condemning of nuance for the sake of binaries, two singular understandings where one can be championed and the other conquered. This is done in the hopes that I will fall seamlessly into the hues of right and left, and my ability to see my world in colored spectrum will go unknown. In the hopes of actualizing hunter and prey, in the hopes of heavenly ascension on Judgment Day, as if the system does not pride itself on making soldiers out of children. Because their search of moral objectivity has failed them, but their dehumanization has not, the others are required to make the focal points of our protest signs, songs, and discourse into not dying, into not deserving dying, into how to not be dying. This emphasis on survival is done purposefully. The clock hand spins too fast for us to hold funeral for all the alternate dimensions of our not survival living. I should have invoked the name of a different God when kneeling on my childhood bedside. I should have dipped my fingers into burgeoning wetness when reading my first lesbian love scene. I should have never starved myself of rice fufu in order to make this body more beautiful. The languages and philosophers and art and music and soil and hairstyles and cosmology and societal structures and family relationships and transcendence in my body when I think about myself. When we think about ourselves, this was my birthright. It was taken from me. Even in the ways that the personhood I do possess will facilitate revolution, it has to be in pursuit of anathema to your hierarchies, your power. It is not possible for me to rejoin the stars I was made of without acknowledging the night sky blemish of your interventions. I will die like this. The children I sire will die in this, and their children will die in this, and so we are forced to spend the rest of our lives carving joys around the shackles of grief. Now I ask you, what will you do with me since I'm not dead? Thank you. Intermission. Go get snacks, go get drinks.
Sign up for our open mic.
Sign up for our open mic. We have slots left. Yeah, I'm about to remember.
What? Today, I'm cowgirling around.
Oh, yeah.
People are here. People are You want your body to be warned about what's about to happen. So that way when somebody's editing this later, they're like, why is this man dancing? Why aren't you dancing? Who made you? Who put you on the planet?
No, you're good. I just been working in the lab and like becoming like a little bit more disciplined with academia. It's like, damn, can I really work people like this? Maybe not. I don't know. Just try not to get like too bogged down with like not getting very.
It wasn't on.
Hello?
Good morning. It's on. Hello. The intermission is soon ending, so if you could wrangle all your friends and mosey on into your seats, that'd be great. Also, guys, I have a very important announcement. Yes. It has recently come to my attention I never introduced myself. I'm an anonymous host. My name is Kalila Jones. Thank you. I was a member of Babel for 2 years, so now I'm an alum of Babel. Very happy to be back. Very happy there's other Babel alums in the room. Very happy there's so many new Babel. Could we also have one more round of applause for all the new Babel that participated? Yeah. All right. That said, if anyone's been taking videos, be sure to tag Babel Poetry Collective on Instagram. And if you're interested in my Instagram and more of these pants, I'm Kalila Crochet on Instagram. Anyways, we're gonna get into the open mic portion of the night. Just reminders again, if you hear something you like, give some snaps, some ums. I heard those earlier, those were amazing. Alrighty. Bella has an announcement.
There's still slots left if anybody wants to sign up. To come put your poetry up here for the people who just performed to judge you. Please do.
What Bella says is judge, but what she means is hold close and dear.
Not true.
Anyways, the first person on the chop block is the David Jones. And on deck is Matthew. All right, everyone give it up for David.
All right, I'm not going to pretend to use the microphone. Can everybody hear me?
It's on now.
It's on now. Can everybody hear me at this volume? Is this an inclusive volume? All right. I used to do a lot of performance poetry, but now I want to write stuff that goes on coffee tables. So I wrote this poem while I was walking my dog the other day. It is entitled "Autumn Leaves and Other Things." Concrete draped in amber leaves, bedazzled throughout with food containers and wrappers, and worksheets from a child's English and language arts class. A battered box of lactate for those who can't enjoy what's stolen from cows without enzymes. My father raised me to sweep the perimeters of our corner home from front door to side alleyway, so Persephone's underworld descent always meant more work for me. Trees lose their leaves. Neighbors and pilgrims can't find trash receptacles. Metaphors for rebirth and resurrection are cute, but death is not a sterile business. I must sweep away the soft carnage and gentle wreckage that autumn brings. Thank you.
Thank you, David, for starting us off tonight. Everyone give it up for David. Alrighty, on deck we have Vic, but up next to grace the stage we have Matt.
Hello, people. How's everybody doing? That sounds terrible. How's everybody doing? I've been looking at this joint all day. Rise! All right. It's just my height. All right, this is, I was trying to find a poem that fit the theme. It's not finished, but it goes, most versions of me learned love too late, and now the man in the mirror is trying to make up for lost time. Most versions are fighters, defined by bruised knuckles and survived experience. Most versions of me have had their blood spilled in the name of love, and it is not a metaphor. Most versions of me have been what they were called and not what they believed they were. Most versions of me believed hard lies to survive harder truths. I know the whole truth today to be what remains and not necessarily what is observed. And in that way, I'm sure no version of me will ever see it all. Some version of me is half bastard, has enough father to know what he looks like, enough to know what not to be, but not enough to emulate in full, a man trying to escape the shadow of another. Some version of a daisy chain of my mother's most polarizing parts, a woman with a hard head and soft hands and the peace and problems that all those things invite. Some versions have stopped turning the faucets behind my eyes on because he was the only one who was left to mop up the flood anyway. Some version of me hates how sharp my eyes are because he was taught that soft things were the only things that get held long, them and grudges. Some version of me holds root deep resentment for living this long, and even deeper resentment towards all of the things that made me hate life. Some version of me has learned too early to shake away the grief through dance on accident and has appreciated stumbling in the dark ever since. I can't count how many blessings I don't think I deserve. I don't know how much more time I can give. Some version of me has made a bed of lies that I'm still getting up from. Some version of me learned decision making was like memory foam. Any choice I made had the weight of my whole body attached to it. Every choice I made was shaped by a previous one. My life, a dent shaped by the decision some previous version thought was my only choice. I have cried myself rivers I thought I would drown in. Instead, the latest version of me has learned to float face up. Thank you.
Thank you, Matthew, but how do I get this back down?
I got
gotta spin the joint at the bottom like.
Thank you. All right. Everyone give it up for Matthew and then give it up for me. Alrighty, on deck we have Marta, but next up is Vic. Everyone give it up for Vic! And give it up for Anjani too. Over there on
So I'm gonna do the icebreaker because I'm like really nervous. It's like the first time I perform poetry in a couple of weeks. Sexy Red once said, 1, 2, 3, ski. Alright. So this poem is called They/Them. What is in a day? They has trauma, a deep-rooted trauma. From the motherland to the stolen land, they recognize. They is a fixer. They is of the earth. They slashes at they. One piece here, one piece there. They keep cutting until there's tiny little pieces of they everywhere. What becomes of them? Then, now, will they know forever? They are all the pieces. They are the sums of their parts. They are not THEY. They is me. I am they, but I am not Legion. Sorry it sounded like self-harm, but it's not. It's about me. It's about my trauma.
Alrighty, let's give a round of applause to Vic. On deck we have Amir, and next to grace the stage is Marta.
Hi. This is a short, not so short, meditation on the color orange. Orange are fruits blossoming in the gardens of my village. Small, round, not easy to see, spots on a tree. Orange is that little flower, what's its name? Growing just by the road? Rough, inconspicuous and poor, yes, the marigold, that now gives my sore heart so much joy, being far away from home. Actually, there's not so many orange things in my village. There's blue, the royal sky, and a palette of green, olive trees, pine trees, and cypresses, and marine of the sea. And there's the yellow of the relentless sun and the brown of the fields, but no orange. Orange, for you, I gotta go deep into memory, or maybe even fantasy. Big orange pumpkins that turn into luxurious carriages to take poor dusty girls to dreamy dance halls. Anaranjado, que te quiero, anaranjado. Doesn't sound so good as verde, que te quiero verde. Although the word naranja does summon the orange trees growing on the streets of Sevilla, and some jasmine-scented drunken nights that started with tequila. Orange is the fruit, is the color of the fruit, is orange, as the fruit as round and fragrant, and orange is the zest. As it's grated, it rests on the plate. Orange is the soul waiting, soul standing in the hall, soul pacing, soul calming its racing thoughts, soul claiming its life, no. Soul sitting in doubt, somewhere between red and yellow. Somewhere between, that's right, unseen. Yeah, I know it all rhymes with green, but I'm writing about orange. Orange waits for the last moment until life is out of sight. Orange grows old alone. Orange blames, mostly herself. She thinks she's lame. Orange is in preparation, waiting at different stations, trying all the benches out. This one doesn't curve well. This one is too cold. Yes, Orange grew old that way, picking and choosing, slowly losing her mind, always in a tie, always ready to say goodbye, but always staying. There, in that hallway that became her home. Thank you.
Thank you, Marta. Alrighty, we have a few more people left, but in the words of Bernie Sanders, I am once again asking. Does anyone out there want to sign up for the open mic? Have a few people going inspired anyone out there to be brave today and share with us? If so, I'm gonna turn it on for 5 seconds. Give you a second. Get over there. Get over there. Alrighty, well, if you think of it, the QR code is over where Jasper's pointing, so there's still time, but let's welcome Amir, and on deck we have Evie.
Hi everyone. If you don't already know me, my name is Amir. I am the previous president of Babel, so it's really great to be standing here again. We were here in
African lesbians.
That's me. In the spirit of African lesbians, I want to tell you that I recently moved from Philly to New York, and there are 2 things that this year have been particularly spooky for me. One is the concept of finding home, and the other is falling in love. So I wanted to ask you, because I couldn't decide which poem I wanted to read, which one you would rather hear. Do we have thoughts? Falling in love or finding home?
Finding home.
Okay. All right. Okay. I mean, I could do both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both.
Okay. So this first piece is called Mirrors on the Surface of the Sea. And every time I perform, I like to really be present in the space beforehand. So if you want to join me, this is kind of like my pre-poem ritual. Feel free to place your hand on the person you came with or on the floor. I'm going to touch the floor for a second and just breathe and remind yourself where you are. This body is a glass house that has swallowed too many heirlooms. This body lives on the sea. It sits where the rest of the world comes to breathe. It is a wishing well of other people's dreams, poems, placeholders. Some days, I stare at it in the mirror. Hold black grooved hands to shoulders. This is more stakeout than admiration. This is my mother's Saturday eyes in the sunlight. This is my father's shoulder curve. I am trying to find new ways to break into my body. I am trying to find small joys. I am trying to find smile lines in my face without my glasses on. I am trying to find myself in the mirror. I am trying to hold heirlooms in hands that don't have to take plane rides to feel something. I am trying to find home. I am trying to find home. I am trying to find home. I am trying to follow maps made in glass shards, track Cape Town to Philadelphia without wetting my fingers in blood, backspace, and salt water. I am trying to find home. Show my deepest limbs to the sun and tell them bleach me in my heartbreak, pull grandmothers from my skin, birth me of the bottom of Africa, barefoot and buried. Can you imagine? This body is a building that holds so many stories I don't know yet. This body building. I am trying to find voice in this body. I am trying to find yours. I can see your face in mine, Mom. Everything I know about living, I mimicked from your motherhood. Everything I know about loving, I learned from you. Your wonder for glimmering architecture, houses that sparkle and shake as the wind blows, homes that hold you and me in the same city. This body is a glass house holding just enough heirloom to be homecoming. Thank you. Okay, so falling in love. Somehow I find a way to make every poem a love poem. And I have fallen in such a beautiful love this year. And I've read her this poem, but no one else has heard it, so I feel as though the world should hear the words that I write for you. In the early mornings, when everything is covered in sepia cling film and fires start in the windows of office buildings, I choose to love you in the first day of every season as the leaves change. It is the first day of spring. The air smells sweet and solid. With you, I see flowers growing on every morning walk. Every leaf on the ground has been something so much bigger somewhere else. It is always the first day of spring. Most days, I see your thumbs in the linked hands of strangers, smell your perfume as I leave the subway. It is 6 months later. I have moved cities. We have moved mountains only still to find ourselves in each other. This is how my missing you manifests. When I wake with you, I'm compelled to tell you how the world bursts into bloom. Paint the sunrise on your back. It's as if every morning you are seeing me for the first time. With you, there is pollen in the air. With you, I buy roses. With you, I recycle mason jars to arrange them in. It is the first day of spring. I cut plants into pieces and give you leaves to regrow. Somehow, everything sprouts where you touch. Somehow, you are healing a heart you didn't break and growing a garden at once. Thank you.
Alright guys, getting a little sentimental. Give it up for Amir, that was beautiful. Alrighty, on deck, I'm gonna go. But now, it's Evie.
Hello. I chose this poem because it's about how it's about identity and how we're all sort of assemblages of everyone we've ever met and all of our experiences and their experiences, and I felt like that was on theme. It's called Death of the Author. Chapter 1. Gather here, friends, family, former lovers, people I love, thought I loved, and people who thought they loved me. We're here to celebrate the life and corpse of, well, Evie. Too young to die this many times, Spirit, guide me through this, upon the altar and beneath your feet. Plague. The night is young, but oh, the credits have begun to roll. She could have been a soldier or king or, God forbid, a poet. Come, here is the body, blood pouring from the ears. Chapter 2. Fill thy cup and gullet till they runneth over. Plague, 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 plague of locusts, plague of sickness, plague of lust and love, plague the world and everyone in it, plague. Did you love me? Plague! I've lost myself. Chapter 3. Charlotte, I am you. Charlotte, I'm sorry I'm her. It's not my fault. I didn't ask for this. You did. Matthew, Evan, Zoe, Cal, Eli, Bryn, Sophie, Mars, Devin. I didn't ask for this. You did. Plague. The author is dead. I'm going to kill my worst critic. I have everything I asked for, and it will kill me, and I am ready, and I asked for this. The author is dead. We killed the author. Thank you.
That was awesome. I love how you commanded the stage. Alrighty, we're reaching the end of the evening very shortly, guys. It's very sad, but we're gonna round off the night with a few more Babel performances. Yeah. Alrighty, this is a piece that I wrote in 2021, a little bit right before I joined Babel. Sorry, Babel, which was like the first time I'd ever read my poetry in front of other people. So it's just really cool for me to be in a space where I feel like I can share what I wrote. And this one is just something that just mirrors what I've been feeling lately. So I thought I would share it. There's a weight in my chest like my heart is made of stone. There's a weight in my chest left from being alone. There's a weight in my chest. As I lay here in my bed, there's a weight in my chest, a tightness that spreads from my toes to my head. There's a weight in my chest. I can feel it with each shallow breath. There's a weight in my chest. My eyes fall closed as I rest. There's an ache to my thoughts, like a thorn is in my brain. There's an ache to my thoughts, and I can feel myself slipping towards the brink of going insane. There's deceit in my voice as I say, I'm okay. There's a burning behind my eyes as I cry for you another day. There's a chip on my shoulder, like my body is fine, china cracked. There's a numbness to my body as everything in me wants my life to get back on track. There's a tension in my arms and my bones like rattle shake. There's the fear I won't move on as I live with the choices that I've made. There's an ache to my thoughts and a weight in my chest. Within my body, I'm going through a lot. I'm not fine, I confess. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Up next, we're gonna have Sarah returning to the mic, and on deck is Bella.
Hi again. I just had some medicine outside, so I'm feeling pretty good. This is a poem I wrote about a friend. Waiting for Marie. Much of it was waiting for the right script, for the love interest to kiss, waiting for the perfect scene, waiting to be chosen, but never choosing, always frozen. Waiting to be recognized and waiting to be pretty, pose in a picture, yeah, he won't see. Waiting to be put down, then waiting to be upheld. Ignoring everything I just yelled. Waiting to be thin, waiting to be thick. Never call it a hunger, it's a self-improvement kick. Waiting to be a wet dream, waiting to fix your posture. Come on, please, can we go faster? Waiting for the world to end, waiting for your story to start. Have to tell ourselves it's for the art. Waiting for the ache to stop, waiting to tell you it won't. Waiting for me to speak wisdom. Pray to God you'll get some. Waiting for the booze to be brought over. We need to wait to cry. Aren't you tired yet? All those people we haven't met. Waiting for a man. Waiting for two. Oh, Marie, as I wait and wait for you. Can you hear me? The percussive drum of my heartbeat, a hard symphony banging in sync. With your melodic harmony, I think, not anymore, not waiting for, waiting until the music starts to play when the band swells. When your beauty doesn't fit into a glass bottle, would you wait for me as well? Marie, would you wait for me? Thank you.
Alrighty, all right. As we end the night, come on, Bella.
African lesbian. Continuing the legacy. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I know that I said that before, but like, really, you don't know how much it means to me. Please follow us on Instagram at BABEL-POETRY Collective to keep on seeing what we're doing. Also to see me forcing everybody to shake their asses for real promos. Yeah, it's silly and it's fun, and not as sad as the poetry that we read. Okay, to end the night, I think I'm gonna do. I read this piece at the Halloween open mic last year, but I like it, so I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
This is called Disaster Girlfriend Era. Am I your wedding vows or your eulogy?
One night we're in party purple backlight, sweat dripping, spit sipping, cuechas bonitas. Coastal African calmly gold. The next are pleading with the ebb and flow of my wailing. I learned to cry like the sea when I was growing up. To rock back and forth between too little and too much, to chameleon all the pieces of my body, from mediating eldest daughter to kneeling virgin for God-fearing African man, till I couldn't find any more pieces of Bella's body. The only option was to string together transparent veins pulled from heirloom vase and casket and bedroom ceiling and Ma's house, lay myself on the lab table and learn to electrify them once again. See how I've transformed. Former missionary colonized Black Catholicism turned into queerness now presents itself as vermilion blood words pouring from my mouth alongside lace panties and black eye pencil. I am reclaiming Jezebel, and the compulsion of using you for self-ruin is just too sweet. I make you feel alive, you say. Well, I carry around the horrors of a formerly known body like a ghost with no ability to levitate. Shape me into your every want, need, and desire, your perfect fantasy. I'll gladly act out your dreams before you realize I'm an incubus. You'll claim you love me, that you've never met someone more authentic, more true. I smile knowing I finally fooled you. I don't deserve the safe monotony that love brings. See it from my lens, lover. Look around. Do you think I've ever been afforded sincerity? Do you think I ever could have let myself give it to you? In this world, I would much rather make an ad of my melancholy, capture the picture of me emaciated of purpose and call it heroin chic, disaster girlfriend era. Didn't you know that my sadness can't be profound if it's not consumed? I can't bear witness to my own diary entries, but I cannot survive without hearing your applause for the aesthetic of my pain. You will love making a deity of my misdoings, dear. When all said and done, I am sorry that I let you love a narrative instead of a person. But think, sweetness, how much worse would it have been if my last sound from you was in subway air wind snapping around us, the boombox of your heart playing across borough lines, and instead, your voice growing tired of telling me you love me over the phone when I still can't fall asleep. Thank you and good night.
Babel, members of Babel, come on the stage. Taking a picture. No, we should also take
Lord,
I feel like Fox wouldn't have fit. Like, or nothing. That is our Halloween open mic. Okay. We're picturing. Oh, okay. Picture.
The after party's at 1300. Only means that you check in 3 people and you can't stay past 12.
Thank you.
I love you, Carol!
It's gonna, you know, we're training against it, so it's gonna be, yes, the amount of white people, the ratio of white people and non-white people have to be at least like, below 50%. It's like ideal, like, I just feel like
I hate when it's half because I'm like, people can't tell us what's happening. That's not
no, exactly. Like, it's gotta be like, to be accurate, it's gotta be like 80-20 or something. But, how are you gonna
Bye-bye.